Hello again, everybody. It's Brian Allee-Walsh, NewOrleans.com. It is Saturday, Wildcard weekend, several hours after the stunning upset loss handed by the Seattle Seahawks, 41-36 over the former defending Super Bowl champion New Orleans Saints at Qwest Field. The Saints lost a 10-point lead early and found themselves battling back and just did not have enough to overcome the Seahawks at the end here. And the New Orleans Saints season comes to a stunning, screeching halt, well short of a goal that they had set for themselves nearly 6-7 months ago when they opened training camp, 7-8 months ago when they opened training camp. To put it in a nutshell, we had seen this happen throughout the season where they were not able to extend leads, protect leads, and in this case, in the opening round of the NFC playoffs, it finally did them in. Matt Hasselbeck threw for 4 touchdowns, completed 22 of 35 passes very efficiently for 272 yards, a great passer rating of 113. Outdueled Drew Brees 39 of 60 for 404 yards with 2 touchdowns. The Saints limped into this game in a sense without their top 2 leading rushers in Pierre Thomas and Chris Ivory, and in fact lost 2 more by the end of the game, and Reggie Bush to a leg injury, and Julius Jones, a former Seahawk, who ended up suffering probably a mild concussion in the 4th quarter. They finished the game with Deshaun Wynn, a guy that they signed off the street last week, and that's how they finished the 2010 season, with Deshaun Wynn as their primary running back. To begin to put this loss in perspective, it's difficult, but just to know this: the Saints came in as a prohibitive favorite, 10 points, 11 points in most circles, betting circles. It was the largest. Seattle was the largest home underdog in NFL playoff history. In history, 11-point underdog, and they took that to their advantage and beat the Saints at their own game. And now they move on to play either Atlanta next Saturday or Green Bay next Sunday. Seattle won the NFC West on the last game of the regular season, Sunday night here at Qwest Stadium. They finished with a 7-9 record, the first team to go into the playoffs as a losing division champion, and the Seahawks turned around and turned the upset on the Saints of epic proportions. No defending Super Bowl champion has ever blown a 10-point lead in its first game in the playoffs, ever, in NFL history. So that kind of tells you how this afternoon went for them. The season is over, came to a very dramatic conclusion here in downtown Seattle. The team will fly back, is expected to get back into New Orleans early this morning, 2-3, depending on the flight, length of the flight. Tomorrow they'll have probably exit interviews through Monday, probably, and then they'll head off into the off season. A very stunning conclusion to a season that they had hoped it would end up again in Dallas at Cowboy Stadium on the first Sunday in February. So for Brian Allee-Walsh, it is probably one of our last vlogs of this season. We'll probably wrap it up next week, early next week. Stay tuned for that. But again, a dramatic loss today by the New Orleans Saints to the Seattle Seahawks, 41-36 in an old-fashioned Wild West shootout. Brian Allee-Walsh from NewOrleans.com. Aloha, everyone.